everyone. Welcome to Leisure Life Live. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Tana.
And we are so excited today because it is our favorite month of the year here at Leisure Arts. It is I love Yarn Month. I heart Yarn Month. I love Yarn Month. We just love it and heart it all, don't we, Tana?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And the Craft Yarn Council is working really hard to promote everything we love about yarn and trying to get everyone out there talking to other people about yarn and teaching other people how to use yarn and just helping to grow the yarn industry and the craft industry in general. So we're here to support that effort.
Yes, and they have a couple of hashtags that we can use, and so Tana has set up our nice little poster to remind you as we go through all of the ways that we're going to celebrate yarn this month here at Leisure Arts. If you celebrate yarn, we want to see it. So we want you to put the hashtags, of course, hashtags Leisure Arts, and then I love yarn, and then also humans that yarn. So let's go ahead and use those hashtags so the Craft Yarn Council and everyone that loves yarn can see what we're doing. And we want to see what you're doing because on Halloween, we are going to have a very special Leisure Life Live. We're calling it our party. We're going to have a hashtag Leisure Arts party. So we are going to have lots of guests in the office. We're going to drag people out of their offices.
Costumes.
We are going to have so much fun. We're going to have a party on Leisure Life Live on Halloween. And we are going to send I Heart Yarn Month out with a bang. And we are going to show what you have done. So hashtag Leisure Arts or... and let us know what you're doing because we want to see your projects. So any projects that you've done, we're going to show them off during our end of the month party. So we can call it Celebrating Halloween.
That's right.
I Love Yarn Month.
The other thing you can do, because I know you guys all have a yarn stash, is do some really cool, fun yarn stash photos. So
that'd be fun.
Put your dog in your yarn stash. Take a picture of your dog. Put yourself in your yarn stash if your yarn stash is that big.
That might make our party.
It could be. It could make the party. And do the hashtag I Love Yarn and the hashtag Humans That Yarn because we want to see those photos posted all over the internet.
Yes, but definitely don't forget the hashtag Leisure Arts because that gives us permission to share. If you just use the other two hashtags, that doesn't give us permission to share it.
Right.
So definitely do the hashtag Leisure Arts so we know that you're giving us permission to let you join our party.
That's right. If you go to the store and you buy some fun new yarn, tell us how excited you are about buying your fun new yarn.
Yes.
And hashtag it. I mean, anything to do with yarn, whatever you're doing, if you're weaving, if you're making pom-poms. My 4-year-old granddaughter, I'm going to put out a video of my 4-year-old granddaughter making her first pom-pom.
Oh, that's
It'll
so
be
great.
good. I'm going to put that out there.
That is
we got a
awesome.
lot of stuff to talk to you guys about today from some of our new books too.
That's right. So we were brainstorming and thinking, what is the best way to show you guys how much we love yarn? And Tana and her team have been hard at work at putting together some of our best of books and putting together some beautiful compilation books of some of our most loved patterns in different categories. So we decided that was a great way to show the knit and crochet portion of the I Love Yarn month. But we're also going to show you some other things you can do with yarn.
Definitely.
Right, so we're going to go beyond knit and crochet. We love knit and crochet, but there's a lot more you can do with yarn than knit and crochet.
Absolutely.
So let's get started. What do you have?
So we have a new book that's called A Big Book of Crochet Accessories. And this book came together really well because we have a lot of great patterns. So we just, as Veronica said, we took some of our best and put them together. And we have in this, around my neck, we have a cool scarf. I forgot I was wearing it.
Our lovely model is wearing.
As a matter of fact. This is called Scallops Scarf. It's really, really easy to make. It is the same pattern down one side and then come back and do it in a different color.
So it's like a mirror image.
It's a mirror image scarf. And it works up really fast. And this yarn that it was made out of is really, really soft and great fall colors. If anybody hasn't noticed, all the browns are coming back. So this one really goes right in there with everything that's happening in 2020.
Right, and I love how lightweight it is because a lot of times it's hard to wear a scarf inside.
It is.
Because they're really bulky around your neck and you get really hot. But with that one, we are indoors.
And under all of these lights.
That's right. And it is nowhere near fall weather here.
No, it's 93 degrees outside here today, so it's nice and warm. But this one has got it's really airy and easy to wear. So that is one of the patterns in this book. It's got some really great stuff. It's got some bracelets. It's got some little jackets. It's got some caps. It's got purses and some shawls and other things in it. So it's got 40 patterns in this particular book. And then in our casual weekend knits, we have got we've got this great purse, and it is very neutral, but it's got a great cable. And so it's like a basket weave, and basket weave is another thing that's really popular right now.
It is.
Cane is coming back as a part of home decor, but basket weave is really popular, and this is really neutral. You can carry it with anything.
And what I love about this purse, and then the little clutch that Tana's probably going to show you next because it's in the same book, are the really fun liners.
It's got a great lining. Those
linings are so fun, and especially inside that clutch, it's got that really pretty navy lining. So I love a fun lining. And whether you make that for yourself or you make it for a gift, a really neat thing to do would be just to go find a super fun fabric, especially if you're giving it to someone who loves fun and bright, vibrant colors. You could choose a fabric that really is a personal touch to your taste or whoever you're giving it to. So that's a really neat way to keep it neutral on the outside and go fun on the inside.
And I'm someone who loves all things fashion. And this book has got a lot of cool fashion touches to it. It's got a shoulder shrug that's pretty easy to do. It's got scarves. It's, again, the 2 handbags. And this handbag is really a very simple braided look. So it looks almost like a really woven texture. But again, as Veronica was saying, it's got this pretty lining on the inside, and it tells you in the book how to make those linings, how to put those linings in the bags.
Yeah, and this casual weekend knits, this is actually all new designs from Andy Javori.
It is,
and we love Andy. She's great.
She is one of our really top designers. She's got a new book coming out too that you guys are going to love.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, cardigans, and they are not your average stodgy cardigans.
Yeah,
they are really, really fun. We need to look for that one in some of the videos we've got coming up.
Yeah, and also we are giving away all of the books and all of the kit that we're showing today. It's all part of our I Love Yarn Month giveaway. So if you scroll down, or later on we'll post in the link, you can enter all month long, and there's different ways to enter. If you share with friends, there's all different types. You can get multiple entries. So enter often and enter to win all the books and the kit that we're going to talk about today. So the book I have is one of these really nice bind-ups that we were talking about. It's this Afghan book, and it is the Crochet Afghan Revival. And I love this book because not only do you have Afghans really for every room and every member of the family, but you also have Afghans for every season. So you have like this beautiful one for fall, and also this one right here is out of this book, and it has this beautiful geometric pattern and these bright plum colors with just a hint of red in there to make it look really beautiful for fall. And then there are literally every season of the year is depicted in this book. And so
we've got some Afghans that are made out of cotton in this, so that you can use them in the summertime, and they're not overwhelmingly
there's a nice lightweight one.
They're not overwhelmingly too warm. So there's a lot of nice patterns in this book.
And I wanted to show you guys this one because I think this is great for like a young girl or a teenager. I always find teenagers really hard to shop for. So when you see a nice trendy throw like that you think, wow, that would be great for that picky teenager or college student that's hard to shop for.
Absolutely.
And then our most popular Afghan of all, our peppermint, our Starlight Afghan, the peppermint Afghan. Boy, I think almost all of you have probably made this. Let us know in the comments if you've made this. Let us know what your favorite project is that we're showing you, or what your yarn project that you're working on. Mark, do we have any comments so far?
Verna says these are all beautiful Afghans. Clovis loves the pretty yellow. And there were some suggestions about video tours of their crafting spaces.
Oh, awesome.
Which was a good idea.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
The I Love Yarn Day, those folks would love to see those with hashtags. Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds
Just
awesome.
remember to include us in your hashtag.
Yeah, because we may or may not see it, or we don't have permission to share it if we don't have the hashtag Leisure Arts in there.
That's right.
So what else you got?
Well, I have the Best of Knit Accessories, and it's got 40 patterns in it. And so again, it's a compilation book. So we've pulled some of our very most favorite. And this time of year is when you start to think about making mittens and hats and scarves for your family. It's starting to get cooler outside. You know, winter's coming. Also, Christmas is coming, and these are simple projects to make. So this is a really great cable hat and mitten set for a child. And it comes in multiple sizes, but then we also have in this very same book hats and scarves and for adults, men and women, in this very same book. So there's something for everyone on your gift list in this book if you love to knit. And then we also have a cool bracelet that is very easy to make, and it really is beautiful. It's the light catches it just right with those nice iridescent beads, and it's very simple to make, and it's also in this book.
It's hard to believe that is knitted. That is one of my favorite pieces in that book, because you look at that, you just think that is a beautiful beaded bracelet, you know, and you just don't realize when you look at it that that's actually a knit design. So that's
even a beginner knitter can do that.
Right, and so beautiful. So it would make a really thoughtful gift, or just a really nice accessory if you were going to, any nicer events.
Right.
So
right. Holidays.
Dress up.
Lots of holiday events coming up.
Exactly.
One of the books that we wanted to share with you that we didn't pull anything to show you today is Everything Baby Crochet. And this book came together really nicely as well. We've got multiple designers in it, and it's got a little bit of everything for the baby and the toddler in your family. We've got shoes, we've got toys, we've got this really cool sweater, hat, and booty set. There's something in this book for everyone. Blankets, jackets, cute little giraffe bibs.
What I love about that book is you could literally do everything that a baby needs in their entire life.
Yeah.
Because there are toys, there are bibs, there are pajamas,
there's a cocoon
there's
with a matching hat.
Sack, yeah. There are booties, there are just everything a baby needs to do. There's bottle covers, like everything a baby needs in their little life, minus diapers.
Right. And if you guys follow us often, you know that most of our patterns are beginner to intermediate, so there's nothing really very difficult or that takes very long to accomplish in this book. So it's a good book to have.
Yeah, and I think the final compilation book, it's not our final book, but the final compilation book we're going to talk about today is the Amigurumi. Now, we love these stuffed characters, and what I love about these 40 fab amigurumis, as we say on the back here, is that it's not just the same thing over and over again 40 different ways. We have everything from the whimsical stuffed characters to the more serious. So this one I pulled because I thought this was a neat representation of something. This eagle is beautiful. I mean, you could make it for a child, but you could make it for someone who's especially patriotic, or you could make it like as someone who has the eagles as their school mascot.
Right.
Like there's a
Lots
lot
of ways
of
to use
different
it.
ways to use it.
Veterans would love it.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like there's a lot of really neat applications for some of the things in this book. And here's a hedgehog. I mean, who doesn't love a hedgehog?
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things in here.
Got some superheroes.
Yep,
and
we
some
do.
monsters mixed in with the animals.
We do, and I love these scarves, and there are actually at least a couple of scarves in here to choose from. And so you have the stuffed animal, but then it also becomes a functional scarf too. So you can see the little giraffe on the cover. It's also one of those amigurumi scarves. So and then there's also like a fox set in here where it's a hat and scarf set. So there's a lot more in here than meets the eye. This book is just great. I mean, it's one of
Well,
my
we want
favorites.
to do a shout out to one of our favorite designers, Christy Simpson. There's a lot of her patterns in this book.
Yes.
And Andy Javori's got some in the books. I
Yes.
mean, there's a lot of our great designers are represented in these books.
Right. It really is the best of the best.
It is.
So.
Jess is with us too. She said, "My
Oh,
eagle."
hi Jess!
Awesome.
I love your eagle, and Jess is actually, I believe, going to join us in November for Teach Me Tuesday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
great to have you with us.
We are excited to have her. We have some fun designers coming up on Teach Me Tuesdays as well. So on Teach Me Tuesdays, we just go a little deeper, and there's more of you learn something. So if you go back, we just had Christy Simpson on again, and she
Right.
taught us the whip stitch in a couple of different ways. She had some great contrasting yarn there, so you could really see the effect if you wanted to hide it or show it off. So that was a really great video. So if you missed that one, go back on Tuesday and check out Christy Simpson's video.
The yarn companies are doing a really good job right now with the yarn colors and the texture of yarns. They've really come a long way with the yarns that you can buy in big box stores. It's a lot softer than it used to be, a lot more vibrant colors than there used to be, and a lot of fun stuff you can do with yarn.
Oh yeah.
Much more so than when I got started knitting and crocheting in the past. So there's really a lot of beautiful yarn out there to use.
And a lot of really soft, like really nice yarns. I think velvet yarn is one of the newest
is.
yarns, right? So really soft.
Well,
the
and think
yarns,
about making this
velvet.
bag
Oh my gosh.
out of the velvet yarn. Would that not be the coolest thing ever?
That would be perfect with that beaded bracelet for a holiday party.
There we go. See,
All right,
absolutely.
so if
would.
you need help planning your holiday party wardrobe, Tana
Just
and
call
I
on
are
us.
here to help.
Just call on us. That's right.
Yeah, no, I love that. That would be beautiful in that yarn. It'd be
Well,
so
and what I
pretty.
always want to encourage people to do is if this pattern calls for a number 3 yarn, and I'm not saying that it does, but if it did call for a number 3, and the yarn that you go to choose is a 4 or a 5, all that's going to happen to this is this bag is going to get just a little bit bigger. Don't be afraid to pull the yarn that you feel that the texture is beautiful and that the color is just what you want. You can't mess your project up. Just
Right.
follow the instructions. It'll be a little bigger than this. Or if you use cotton yarn, it'll be a little smaller than this.
Right.
That's all it's going to do.
But it's really going to take that one pattern and take it from season to season.
Very
to season.
many things you can do with one pattern.
Right, absolutely. So that's what we're here for, to inspire you to see things in different ways, use things in different ways, talk about fun liners and different fun things. Speaking of fun things, one of my favorite things is plastic canvas. Now, I think plastic canvas is so fun because kids, actually I was just talking with our photo stylist today, we were talking about how kids love to use their imaginations when they play. Because I was out looking for some little figures. I pulled a couple of things from here. I was out looking for these little figures to show you. These are Lego Friends figures. And my daughter, she's 16 now, but she was right of that exact age when the Lego Friends series came out. And I think I'm not even going to say how many of them we have.
A lot.
It's an embarrassing number. But these we had some of these in our photo props. These are from the Lego Friends. So I just wanted to show how the little Lego figures, the Playmobil figures, even though she was talking about like the Calico Friends, all the little figures that kids have, they make a perfect addition to these play sets. So I have pulled 2 of them. I've pulled the castle and I've pulled the barn. Now the cool thing is that this set of the castle actually becomes the storage box.
Yes.
And I think that's so fun.
It really is
So
good.
this folds up and it drops into that storage set, and then you can put it in your bag to take it with you, to take it to grandma's house or to take it on the go. And
Think about them playing
even
with
a
these
restaurant,
with their horses and their knights figurines that they've
Exactly.
gotten. Whatever their collectibles are. My granddaughter has the little mice family, and
Yes.
they would go great with the little barn
I think
set.
those are the calico ones,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so they're the different ones. And so any of those little figures are just perfect for this. And so even though we have just the barn and the castle, there are actually 4 of these. So you can see all 4 here. There's a burger shop and then a house in addition to these two. And I just think these are really fun because
if you've never worked with plastic canvas before, it is a really fun craft. It's easy to follow charts. Let's show them one of the charts on the inside,
Yeah.
Veronica. It's very, very easy to follow, and you can make the pieces really, really quickly, and they're durable for your kids to play with, and it's a fun craft.
It's super fun, and I love a toy that lets the kids' imaginations just go.
Yep.
Because really nourishing that imagination when they're small, that's just going to give them those critical thinking skills that are so important. And, I know my mom said it to me. I think every generation says it. When we were kids, we used to go outside.
Of course, go outside.
And, there are just so many different ways to nourish that kid's imagination. I think these plastic canvas play sets are a good way.
Great.
We also have another one called Rule the Kingdom, and it's also plastic canvas, and it has and we'll probably talk about it next month when we talk about different types of gifts. Spoiler alert, we're talking about gift giving next month. But
let the cat out of the bag.
But what I love about that one is that it has the knight swords and the shields and all of the different things. So it's more like it incorporates dress up in the plastic canvas.
It also makes great Halloween costumes.
That's right. So if you are trying to help someone with a Halloween costume, check out Rule the Kingdom.
Right.
So anyway, I wanted to go beyond knit and crochet because there are lots of other things that you can do besides knit and crochet. Another thing, actually, the same photo stylist I was talking about earlier, Lori, she, you probably remember
her
Lori.
design.
She was one of our designer takeover designers back in March, along with Andy. And so she designed these really neat pillows, and you can see some of the different pillows. What I love about these is these are just, you can use, there are instructions to make the pillows, but you can buy store-bought pillows and just embellish them. And if you don't knit and you don't crochet, you don't have to. These are not knitting and crocheting designs. This is just crafting really with the yarn. So this is one of my favorites because it incorporates yarn 3 different ways. So you can see the 3 different ways that the yarn is used on that pillow. And then I have another one.
You see this style pillow in all of the home deck style magazines lately.
Right.
I mean, it is really, really popular. These pillows are. They would make a great Christmas gift for someone that is really has a cool home deck.
Yeah, and the great thing is you could easily match this to the colors
Just
of any decor.
Right.
So, but that's a neat way to celebrate Yarn Month, I think. I love that idea.
It is definitely. You guys remember when you're doing your yarn projects to use the hashtags I love yarn and Humans That Yarn. There's a whole program that Craft Yarn Council is doing with Humans That Yarn, and it is so interesting to see the people across the country and also in other countries who are doing things with yarn. And it's, they're helping lots of people with, making hats and blankets, and so they're doing very helpful things, but they're also doing very creative things.
Yeah, and we'll try to share some of those this month too. I know we've shared them before, but there's a lot of interesting videos out there if you just Google it of different humans that yarn. I know that the stories are just incredible.
They really are.
It's a neat time to really think about the ways that yarn impact people's lives. But I think we just have a couple more things. So tell us about weaving. I know that you're a big weaving aficionado.
Well, the reason why I love weaving is because you can use so many different textures. The yarn works together from the very smallest number 1 yarn up to the yarn that's really heavyweight, and it gives you all the different textures. You can cut the yarn when you're weaving in different lengths to make different dimension, and it's an easy craft, but it looks hard when the project is complete and everybody thinks, oh, how wonderful.
Right.
But it is a very simple process.
Right, and this is actually not a book, but this is
It's
laminated. Yeah, a laminated card here, and you can see we have step-by-step full color instructions that really walk you through the weaving process. So there's really no need to be intimidated.
No, and weaving is, again, so cool because you can put in, along with your yarn, you can put in strips of fabric. You can put in strips of ribbon. You can put in pieces of felt. I mean, when you combine the fabrics and combine the textures, it really makes a beautiful piece. And you can do that with anything that you have around the house. You just have to not be intimidated by, well, what do I use? What can I? Because you can basically use anything that you can weave through that you can weave on your loom.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Mark, do we have any more comments?
Jess says, yeah, and pillows are crazy expensive. Much
Yes,
cheaper
they
to
are.
embellish.
Yes, they are.
Yes, because you can make a dime store pillow or dollar store pillow very cool with just very few touches. And
There are no dime stores.
I know. Sorry, I just told my age. I just told my age. Anyway, you can
Dollar
go
store.
to the dollar store and buy a dollar pillow
That's a great
and
idea.
make it look like a $25 pillow.
Yes, you absolutely can. Yeah, it's amazing what a little yarn can do.
Yes, yes. And actually a little paint. Sometimes
Yeah.
a little paint as well.
They're mixed media.
Yes, they are mixed media pillows.
And the last thing we have is if you want to introduce yarn to someone for the first time, these little mini maker kits are good. I know you've heard us talk about mini maker. There are bite-sized craft kits, and tell us about the knit one.
Well, this one has the yarn and the needles in, as well as a bonus book. It has everything you need to make one hat, the gray and pink striped one, but it also has 4 other hats in the book that's inside, that once you have the knitting skills down from the instructions, then you can go buy some more yarn, or you can use your yarn stash and make some more hats.
Well, we hope we've inspired you guys to use yarn this month, because as you know, we here at Leisure Arts love yarn every month of the year.
We do.
So we are happy to celebrate I Love Yarn Month all month long. So stay tuned. We have lots of fun content for you. We have Teach Me Tuesdays and Leisure Life Live all month, and then lots of fun videos and posts coming. So.
And it'll be great for you guys to go and look at the hashtags on Instagram if you do Instagram. Go look at those photos that everybody's posting on in the hashtags, because that's always so much fun to see what everybody else is posting. That will inspire you.
Well, we hope we've inspired you, and happy crafting, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.